Hello, everybody, and welcome to another special Advent Calendar episode here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And happy Christmas Eve! We finally made it, folks. Beer number 24 is sitting here in the Three Cellars Advent Calendar box behind both of us. It's been another journey again this year. It's been a lot of fun. Gino, team over at Three Cellars, this has been a good time. We're always excited for Beer 24, right?
Absolutely. And I will say this, like, the one thing I really enjoy about this year's Advent Calendar box is every year I do feel we get a few repeats. I feel there's always a couple things we've had here and there. I think this is the first year, brewers I've never heard of before, beers I've never seen before, really different styles, a nice variety of things. I think I probably say this every year. I'm going to say it again this year. This has been the best year because I truly feel like this has been like just a really good variety. And again, I don't think there's been any beer we've had so far, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, that's been in previous years' Advent calendars.
I agree. I don't think there has been any repeats this year, which is the first time that there hasn't been any kind of a repeat. And I think there was only one bad beer this year. And it wasn't even because the beer was necessarily bad. Oh, yeah. 903 wasn't great either.
I think, here's what I'll say. I think 903 is actually the only truly bad beer.
Yeah.
I think the perennial one threw us off.
Well, it just was poorly labeled and it was misunderstood as to what it was.
Yes, I think
so. We could still get a duplicate. We don't know what Beer 24 is in this box, and we're about to reach for it and grab it and finish this thing up. So it's another tall can. No bottles this year. Ugh. It's Christmas themed.
Santa Claus Fat Orange Cat. The Imperial Stout with cinnamon buns, 9.1%.
Oh boy!
Brewing can. Oh, Fat Orange Cat is the brewery, also out of New Haven, Connecticut. So this is the second brewery on New Haven, Connecticut. That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. This one makes me a little nervous. I expected a Christmas themed beer for beer number 24. It usually is. But it's got that cinnamon component. But we've had some cinnamon bun stuff. Didn't we have a cinnamon bun stout?
So we had the Dusterbeck's. That was like a sticky buns one. But there was the amber ale out of... Oh, God. It's a Wisconsin brewery. Up in Ninner. Something Ward. Shit, what was it?
Fifth Ward.
Thank you.
Ninner.
I got there. We got there.
Happy Christmas Eve, folks. We're going to crack into the Fat Orange Cat Santa Claus with a big old orange cat butt coming out of the fireplace.
And I will say, I appreciate the fact it's Claus, Claws.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, poured how you expect. It's a stout.
Yep. Not a ton of carbonation on that. Not a ton of head either. Actually, maybe a little more carbonation than I originally thought, but no head whatsoever on that beer.
Let me see.
Jet black.
Yep.
To the nose we go on the Santa Claus. Yeah.
I mean, for me, and I think admittedly I told you before we started this video, I forgot to put this back in the outside refrigerator, so mine's much more warmed up. I'm getting a lot of cinnamon on mine.
Yeah, I am too. Mine's actually fairly warm. Mine was in the garage, but it was like 40 degrees here in Wisconsin the last 2 days, so it's not super cold.
Yeah, mean,
It's
for me,
sweet. It's sweet. It's got some roastiness from the Imperial Stout. It's sweet though, like almost like sweet cream and cinnamon, and then that roasty stout note.
yeah.
Let's check it out.
Cheers.
Santa Claus. Cheers.
Happy Christmas Eve.
Happy Christmas Eve. Ooh.
So for me, that cinnamon is really punchy in the face. There's a lot of cinnamon coming off of it. I feel like for me, there's like this creaminess at the end that's trying to come through, but there's so much cinnamon in this one where it's not really coming through as much as I hope. I'm just getting a mouthful of cinnamon in this.
I don't feel it's as extreme as it sounds like you do. It's definitely there. Like it, no question about whether it's there or not, but like the front, it like this isn't an overly carbonated beer, so it's a fairly smooth drinking beer. I feel like up front I get more of like kind of that icing creaminess like initially, then the cinnamon kicks up just after that through the mid palate. That's where you get kind of that burst of cinnamon, but then out the back, I think it very slowly converts back over into kind of more of that like creamy icing kind of note to the sticky bun versus the cinnamon, but the cinnamon lingers along with it, right? I don't think it's that extreme, but it's for sure there. Like there's no mistaking it whatsoever. So the funny thing about it is, like you said, the Fifth Ward one or the Sticky Buns beer we had earlier in the advent calendar, it was an amber, right? And so it was a little bit tamer on the core beer characteristics than you get from a stout, which lets some of the other characters shine a little bit more. And I think when you flip it to this beer, it fits what our description was back then, which is that a stout or a porter kind of takes over the palate a little bit more and doesn't let those flavors pop as much.
So the two beers I kind of compare this to that we had in the advent calendar and I don't remember the name of the Fifth Ward beer, but it's the Fifth Ward beer, which is an amber, and then the Sticky Buns out of Doosterbeck's. And the thing is, the Sticky Buns was also a stout, similar to this, but it threw, in my opinion, a lot more vanilla and a lot more other flavor profiles in there to kind of hide some of the cinnamon. The Fifth Ward one, being an amber, allowed the vanilla to really shine. It allowed some of those other adjuncts to shine. In my opinion on this, when I'm tasting at least, is the vanilla or any sort of icing that you're getting is absolutely buried by the roastiness. And so all I'm getting is like a roasty, cinnamony beer, and it's just not what I want. Like, it's not for me. Sure. It's just, I think we disagree a little bit on what we're tasting. I'm getting a lot more cinnamon than you're getting.
Yeah. I don't know. I think too, the other part of it, if you go back to the core of what they're trying to do with this beer and the spirit of it being a Christmassy beer with kind of those flavor notes and that profile, I get it too. And I can vibe with this as close as we are to Christmas. I can vibe with this a little bit more. Yeah. So for the final beer in the box, it's not that barrel-aged stout that I think maybe both of us were hoping would sneak its way back in here. But I'm actually liking this. And for a Christmas beer to finish out the box, I'm actually going to go a 4 on it. Because I actually am enjoying it. It's not typically the kind of beer I would drink, but I am enjoying this beer, and I do think it's well made. But I like the concept of this beer with a different beer style more than this.
One thing I love about doing this with you is you and I have very similar taste in beers. So it kind of, sometimes from a grading standpoint, it kind of creates this bit of redundancy. When you and I disagree, we really disagree. And the sad truth is, when we disagree, I feel I'm always the dick, and I think this is another one of those cases. There's very rarely where I grade a beer really high and you grade it really low. So I'm going 175. It's so cinnamony. It's like we have said for years we don't like cinnamon in beer. And in my opinion, what I'm getting out of this beer is just a cinnamon punch. The crazy thing is I like the stout characteristics coming out of this beer. And it's just buried by cinnamon. And that's all I'm getting is cinnamon. And I don't like it.
Would it make it better if there was ginger in it?
No, absolutely
not. Okay. So we agree to disagree on this one, but I think still a fun way to finish out 24 beers here in the month of December. Thanks again to Gino and team for putting this together again this year. Looking forward to hopefully doing this again next year. Keep it up, guys. We want to keep doing it. It becomes a lot for us to do over the month of December, but we still have a really good time doing it. So it's a lot of fun. To all of our viewers out there who are watching, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Just a few more days left of 2025 and we move on to 2026. So thanks for sticking with us this year. We've got a lot of ideas for new content. I'm going to try to get a video out of my basement and my cool area down there. I've promised Ross I'm going to do it before January 1st. So that is on my bucket list of things to do here over Christmas break. So stick around for that. A lot more to come and a whole nother year of beer. We haven't even touched our Black Friday stuff. We have done no main episodes from the basement since like October. So more to come as we move into 2026. Before you know it, it's going to be March Madness beer tournament. It's going to be the actual March Madness tournament. It's going to be baseball again. Oh my gosh, folks, here we go.
Right around the corner. I'm excited to get into the Black Friday stuff this year. I think there's a lot of good stuff we picked up. I think we're going to put together some really good content, some really good videos. I'm excited for your basement video. I think that's going to be awesome to see sometime next spring. And one thing Josh and I have talked about, Josh said we're going to try to do some different things. I'm going to put this out there to hold us to it. We're going to try to be more active on some other media platforms, including TikTok, Instagram, and those types of things. So I think we're going to do some really cool things in 2026. So thank you guys all who checked out our YouTube for all this time. We're going to continue on YouTube, but we're going to do some other things next year, which should be fun.
Exactly. So thanks for watching. We'll see all of you very, very soon. Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Bye.